As we learned in Chapter 1, an interval is the musical distance between two notes. We've already talked about two specific intervals. A semitone is the smallest step in our musical system. An octave is the distance between two notes with the same name. Now, we also need names for all the other intervals in between. Conveniently, they are derived from our 7-note scales. So let's take another look at the C major scale. Our scale begins on C. The second note of our scale is D. So the interval from C to D is called a second. The interval from C to E is called a third. Then the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and finally the octave. Easy, right? Of course, we also want to name the distance between C and the black keys. And this is where things get a little more complicated. First of all, there are 4 intervals in our major scale that are called perfect intervals, because they produce the most consonant sounds. The first one is the interval between the root note and itself. The idea is that if the distance between two notes is 0, meaning you play the same note twice, or the same note is played by different instruments, that's the most consonant sound there is, because it's the same note. We call this perfect unison. The second most consonant interval is the octave, which we also perceive as the same note, just at a different pitch. After that, we have the perfect fifth and the perfect fourth. The fourth and the fifth play a very important role in music theory, as we will see in later chapters. The remaining 4 notes of our scale are considered less consonant, so they are not perfect intervals. Instead, each one of them exists in 2 different sizes, called major and minor. Our C major scale happens to contain the major versions of these intervals. So here we have a major second, major third, major sixth, and major seventh. The minor intervals are each 1 semitone smaller than their major siblings. So this is how we get to the black keys. The black key, a semitone below the major second, is the minor second. Below the major third, we have the minor third. The same is true for the minor sixth and the minor seventh. Now, there's one key we haven't named yet, the note between the perfect fourth and the perfect fifth. This interval is called a tritone. It's considered the most dissonant interval in Western music and was even nicknamed the devil in music in medieval times. Now that we have names for all 12 intervals, let's arrange them by their distance in semitones. A distance of 1 semitone is called a minor second, or halftone. The next interval, 2 semitones, is called a major second, or whole tone. Then we have the minor third and the major third, the perfect fourth, the tritone, sometimes called augmented fourth or diminished fifth, the perfect fifth, the minor sixth, major sixth, the minor seventh, and major seventh. And last but not least, the octave. With this information, we can figure out any interval from any starting point. For example, if we want to find a major third above F, we simply count 4 semitones and land on A. If we want a perfect fourth above F, we need to go 1 semitone further, which takes us to A sharp or B flat.